Hello everyone, my name's Nisha and I am the YogicAmnesiac, and we do actually have a video this week. Who knew, right? Today I wanted to talk about things we say in our everyday life. Taking care of yourself goes beyond just what you eat and how you exercise. At least I think so. And it also includes the things we say to ourselves and other people around us. And what we don't realize is the things we say are often more impactful than we even realize. This is a topic I think a lot of us could do a better job on, me included. I always have my bad days, so this is something that I also have to remind myself of, and a video that's probably just as important to me as it is to other people, or as important as I think it would be to other people. I want to turn this into a series, so if you like the idea of this and whatnot, then we can continue doing this, especially if I think of new words, because I don't want to have a list of 200 words in one video, obviously. I just want to focus on a couple. Today I just want to talk about 2 words in specific that we probably shouldn't be saying, and then one word that I think we need to actually learn to accept. So the 2 words I really think we should eliminate from our language, at least when talking about people, are stupid and ugly, and especially ugly when we talk about people. It kind of makes you feel like there's an objective answer to what beauty is, and that's not true in any situation at all. Literally anyone can be beautiful, and, people forget, but beauty literally is in the eye of the beholder. If you're talking about a painting, or, a chair, an inanimate object, and you're not obviously criticizing it to the person who made it, or being a really big, jerk about it, and you just say, oh, that chair is kind of ugly, it's not for me, that's one thing. But when you say that someone is ugly, or you think yourself you are an ugly person, that's when it starts to become a little bit harmful. And it's the same thing with stupid, and honestly I think stupid, you just shouldn't use it for most words. It's probably one of the worst words I can think of. There are a lot of swear words out there that people aren't supposed to say for whatever reason, but honestly most of them don't do the harm that these words actually do. Excluding, of course, racially derogative terms and terms focused at a specific group of people, I mean more generic swear words. Those tend to have less impact, and we use them more like adjectives to emphasize how, big something is, or, how great the volume of something is. Sort of like using very, we'll use a swear word instead, or we just say them. They don't have any meaning in reality. So one of the reasons I think we should stop using the word stupid is it really has a bad connotation with it. Obviously we all know what it means. It's something you're dumb, you're bad at something, or, anything like that. When in reality most people just have to either learn more, or work on something harder maybe, or it's not even as bad as we think it is. I also find myself, when something doesn't work properly, like an electronic or, some inanimate object in my house, I'll say something like, oh, that's stupid, and I should really stop just because, things don't always work the way that we expect them to. Sometimes things break, that's life, and we need to learn to accept it. We also don't need to put blame on everything, or everything doesn't need to have something to point fingers to. We don't need to say it's the camera's fault because the camera is stupid because it's not working today. It's probably just a, malfunction, or we might be doing something wrong ourselves. So it is another way that I find we take the blame off of ourselves and put it on other objects. Saying that word to other human beings or yourself is actually much more detrimental than we think it is a lot of the time. I abused stupid myself, especially in high school. I often called myself that, and it wasn't necessarily to other people, though I had admitted I thought that of myself. But I thought thinking that my grades weren't that great and, not being able to objectively prove I was smart meant that I was stupid. And looking back on all the things I learned in high school and where I've gotten to now, I'm actually in a pretty good spot. I can safely say that I am just a different type of intelligent from my friends. I have friends who are working on master's degrees, my brother is working on his PhD, other friends have just finished bachelor's and whatnot and are moving on to amazing things. But none of them can tell you how a helicopter flies. And that doesn't mean any of them are stupid either. It just means they know about different things than I do. I can explain things like yoga. I've never been able to do things that were very concrete. It's just never been for me, and I always struggle and I burn out really, really fast. Other people don't, and I think this is a group of people that I'm part of where we really, really put ourselves down in intelligence, and it's completely wrong. I mean, I like to say if you think of yourself as stupid or someone else as stupid, think about something that they do know about, because there's a good chance that we actually know something that you might not, and it's really interesting and it's fun to share. And this is where different point of views can be really interesting to talk about. So no one is stupid, and also you should probably eliminate all variations of that word from your vocabulary, including things like idiot, imbecile, and the faded R word, which is even worse than that, and I'm not going to get into it today, and I'm not going to say it because I firmly believe that we should absolutely eliminate it from our vocabulary. If you don't know the word I'm talking about, it is focused on people with mental disabilities, though we usually say it to people who do not, to say that they're stupid in an insult saying that they act like they have a mental disability, which is really unfair because people with mental disabilities are not stupid. I honestly have never met someone with, even Down syndrome or on the autism spectrum or, simply with another mental health issue who was actually dumb. So, I don't know, maybe just think about what you're saying. So the other word I brought up was ugly, and like I said about ugly, it's more okay to use in the fact when you're talking about something like, I think that painting is ugly. Of course, do not use that word to rub it into someone's face because you're going to make them feel bad by calling someone else's art ugly to them and telling them that it's bad and not good enough. You're going to make them feel bad about what they create. But if you are out in your own house and you are looking at a table and no one else is around and you think it's ugly, I'm not going to tell you to not call it ugly. It's just, that's a much more objective thing. The harm in this word really comes from when we think or say it to other people and ourselves. And it's the exact same thing like the first word. Everyone has their own different version of what beautiful is. And really, if you look at people and really take your moment to examine what you think about them, and you can find something you think is beautiful about everyone. And if there is that one thing that you like, that means that they're just not ugly. And you could find that about yourself too, though that acceptance is kind of hard, and I find it's even harder to accept it of yourself than it is of other people. I think I'll make a whole nother video about self-acceptance, but the first step for me and for a lot of people is to just stop calling yourself ugly and other people ugly or unattractive or even not beautiful, not pretty, not hot, not handsome, not whatever. Any of these negative physical terms not only eliminate all these other great things about you that don't even have to do with how you look, but they're not even true about how you do look, because I promise you, every single person out in the world could look at you and we could find something that we like about you from just a physical aspect. So I said I had one word that I want us to start saying, and I will be the first to say I am not the person to be leading a fat acceptance movement or a body positivity movement targeting people who are overweight or extra curvy or have a little bit more fat on their bodies, but I will say that the word fat is not a bad word. Being fat, having fat, none of it's bad, and if you don't like to say you are fat, that's your own choice, and you do not have to use the word to describe yourself. I just don't want anyone to be afraid of the word and saying that they do have fat, because at the end of the day, it's just another noun to describe a basic part of the human body that we all have. Even our animals have fat. And since it is the Olympics, I will tell you that Michael Phelps, Katie Ledecky, Simone Biles, Simone Manuel, Ryan Lochte, any of these people, Usain Bolt, they all have fat. And these are the skinny athletes that I'm listing, the people who are really, really slender and very, very fit and cut and defined muscle. They all have fat. You can imagine, there's other people competing, like the women who do shot put. I cannot remember the woman who got the gold medal's name, or the girl from New Zealand. These are these big women, and you could see they have extra fat on their body. They are curvier women. They are bigger bodied, but that's because they're doing shot put. Michael Phelps or Katie Ledecky could not throw a shot put like these women could because of the way their body is, and that fat is actually good for them in this case. Having a bigger body is good for them. So, more proof that being bigger is not bad for your health. In fact, I'm pretty sure these women who were doing shot put are the strongest people I have ever seen. I swear, I had a friend who did shot put and she was wow, she was amazing. That girl fabulous. So, if you're a little bit bigger, maybe swimming's not for you, but I bet shot put is. A lot of these words are also the words we have to use to move past our obstacles. I'm not saying you have to love your body, and you can want to change it. If you do have a bigger body, you're allowed to want to be thinner. It's fine. It could be for health reasons, it could be for physical reasons. But a big part is realizing that your body's not ugly the way it is at the moment. You just would prefer it to be different, and that's absolutely fine. A lot of these differences, though, are based on social and societal norms that we've created on what beauty is, and that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother day. Okay, so that's the whole video. I kind of rambled, but, you know, that's the best way to explain why I think these words are bad words. So, if you have a word that you think is bad, or you wonder if it's bad, or you wonder if we should stop using, totally leave it in the comments down below. I am so happy to start a conversation down there. If you disagree and think there are situations where we can use some of these words in, I would be interested to hear what you have to say. Though I may not agree, I'm always open to hear your point of view. And leave a comment, like I said, subscribe, like this video, and I've totally forgotten my outro and all the wonderful things I used to say because I have not filmed a video in forever. One last thing before we go, I'm doing a Let's Play on my husband's channel. I've said it 1,000 times, and it has started going up. I think the 2nd episode has been uploaded, and this week the 3rd episode will be uploaded. So, if you'd like to check that out, go look up 7up07. I'll put his name here and maybe a link or something to his channel. And you can find me playing The Testament of Sherlock Holmes on his channel if you are at all interested in video games, which I do love video games, and let's be real, I probably said the word stupid like 500 times in that, so you can go in there and yell at me for toxic words I'm using as well. Okay, did I say everything? Comment, like, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video, and hopefully I'll have a routine for you then. Yeah, leave another comment down below telling me if there's a routine you want me to do. I did a really great routine for the libraries, so I think I want to show you guys that one first. I have another idea that I want to do, but per usual, I love requests. They are the best way for me to know what videos I should make. So, I will see you guys later.